Hello, we are here for one more lesson of this SprutCAM training course. The topic for today will be the operation setup for these jet cutting operations or machine on cutting operations. This, in fact, being a basic operation, does not have much problems on the definition of, of the setup. We have two levels. So first one, as you know, it is the definition of all parameters, so feeds and speeds. I would say that in this area, feeds and speeds, it is the biggest difference. Not being difficult, but we have some technology parameters, so heights, in this particular case, wire diameter, okay, if we are working with the operation that requires wire cutting. Interesting parameter also regarding the surface finish, because when we are doing wire cut, the control we have for the technology parameters on the machine can be set, and it is different because there are specific cycles inside, which it is the workpiece material, the wire material, also due to some specific conditions, passes, and then feed rates, offset values, and so on. Okay, and multiple passes if you want to apply other ones with specific conditions. Also technology parameters if you want. Regarding strategy, a couple of differences, because usually we need to have these definitions if reverse it is a condition or not. Usually we have multiple contours, so how to control this order. Very important topic of the bridges, positions, if we want to have them or not, and how to control this. And then passes, also having in considerations these bridges, if we do a rough pass or not, and how many passes, and so on. Transformation if necessary. This may be a very interesting detail, because having multiple contours, sometimes these contours have a pattern of repetition which can be defined under here instead of calculating all the contours or having all the contours. Parameters also regarding mainly tolerances, stocks, this motion length and rotations, and a couple of parameters for simulation items. Links and leads, okay, here it is important also, because in this type of cutting, the distance where the head is apart from the part, it is important, especially not so much in terms of a 2D cut, but to make a 4D cut, it is crucial because the angle is calculated having in mind the position of the head, so we need to define this. And a couple of things for lead-ins, lead-outs, starting points, distances, angles, so you know this already. So not very difficult, and more important than seeing parameter by parameter. I think an example will clarify you many of your questions. In terms of the job assignment, it is the basic concept as in other milling, in other toolpath types. So we need to choose what we want, being item 2D or a 4D. So it's pretty much the same. And that's it. After everything defined, let us calculate and have a result. Please try. It's a little different from what we've seen, but I think not hard to understand, not hard to take out some working toolpaths, Any questions, any help, you know already that we'll give you the support.